Creating conviction. Year 765 crawlers sing. That is what she wants to feel, so it is strange when she still felt the pain of something missing. This is not it, this cannot truly be my home. Anacrin wants to make sure she knows that very well because after she had those conflicting feelings, someone barges in from the front door without knocking. A young man, around maybe his 15th birth moon, charges right in and faces them all. His hair is cropped haphazardly on his temples, leaving a mess of straight black hair on top of his head. He really did not look menacing because his blemished cheeks full of his youth. This young lad is slender and meek underneath that giant gray cloak of his. The only glaring concern is the new twisting tattoo that ebbed on his young face. It is a corkscrew insignia going from the bottom of his right eye all the way past his exposed neck. This mark is still fresh, redness forming around the blackened edges. The tattooed lad glares at each face till he found the vicar. The boy commands, "I need to speak to you outside." "Oh, all right." Vicar had no fear in his posture. He got up and walked behind the tattooed lad right out the door in complete silence. It is Grace Rhea who shows every emotion. This time there are tears in her eyes. "What have they done to my poor Ranko?" "Biggie brother Ranko," mumbles a few of the children. Rhea isn't part of this adopted household for that long, obviously never learning of the identity of the tattooed lad. She did find it strange that whenever Vicar Jal went to town for some supplies he would always come back with a gray hooded figure. This figure only helped bring the supplies to the door and leave before the old man could thank him. Rhea felt too out of the link to ever ask about the identity of the individual, but based on the way they all are sulking, suggests a few things. Rhea must do something, it is the least she can do for them. So she got up and searched for the stairs to the hatch while ignoring every question sent her way. She isn't ready to give them answers if she is wrong to be concerned. She climbs the steps and closes the hatch behind her, moving towards the edge of the roof and listen to the conversation between the vicar and the long-lost child. "Ranko, you look gaunt. Have they been feeding you?" Vicar asks right away with hands lacing behind him. Based on how tight his shoulders are, he is fighting every urge to hug the boy. "I'm fine, Vicar, they're my real family." The boy forces this out, hiding his face away from the vicar. Struggling to keep a tough appearance, something about the way the boy struggles suggests that he is lying through his teeth. "I know that your mother and father were part of this gang, but Ranko, you don't have to force yourself to be with those people. Come back home, we can find another way to keep you safe." "Shut it, old man." The boy turns towards the vicar, dark eyes hot with anger and pointing a knife to the center of Vicar Jal's chest. The only way to tell that the boy isn't going to act on it is the way his hand shook. "I'm here to inform you that this is the last time you will ever see me again. Don't come looking, don't even mutter my name." "Oh, Ranko," Vicar looks ready to cry just like the Grace. Neither can ever be able to keep such a demand. "There is no Ranko." The boy pushes the old man, making him fall to the ground. For a split second the boy looks guilty, but he stuffs it just as quickly as he stuffed away the knife. He left the old man on the ground, vanishing in the alleyways. Rhea hops off from the rooftop and ran towards the vicar. The intention is to help him up, and the vicar didn't take her offering hand. He just sat there in shock. The town wasn't good enough apparently. They took Ranko too. "Who?" Rhea knelt next to him, peering at his body for any injuries. When she saw nothing, she fails to recognize the true injury here. The vicar is in a lot of emotional pain. It is obvious by the tears that well up in his button eyes. "The Death Twister gang, they took our Ranko." Rhea learned that gangs can be just as terrible as slavers. Gangs are disloyal and they bleed a town dry if the Chimera Empire ignored them. Exactly what she had been taught in the last weeks, this town currently had a serious case of gang empowerment. They rule the very corners of this poor town and dry out the finances, control the market, and even delegate the rules. There is nothing the Chimera Knights can do, and some of them are bribed to keep silent. There is nothing that the locals can do to stop them. Rhea mulls over her options. If she did nothing, this orphanage is at risk. Who is to say that the gang will not enlist any more children? However, getting involved meant that she will be back at square one. Her notoriety will rise, meaning that enforcement will look for her again. Then she truly had no choice but to move to the next town. Who is to say the next town would be any better? You know better. Her naysayer mind prods at her thoughts like the times before. Her lonely life had birthed this inner monologue in her that kept her from feeling too alone. Sometimes pretending that it is her father or mother speaking out, making sure she always does the right thing. Or at least as close as the right thing as possible, since it didn't abstain her from harming terrible people. Vicar, her hand reaches for the man's shaking shoulder, pulling him out of whatever mental spiral he is in. Her silver eyes burn with conviction and the reckless smile reaches her face. She didn't have a good plan, but that didn't matter to her, just that she wants to clarify this to the distraught holy man. Ranko will be back. Rhea, what do you mean? Go get some rest. Rhea dismisses his prying, helping him up to his feet now. It is as you state every morning, the gods ordain the future. Ranko will be in your future. Or engulf me in the earth for assuming Kemuk.